Welcome back to our Leading in Crisis series produced by the Jack McDowell School for Leadership Development. I'm Major Dr. Joanne Holz, the Director of the School for Leadership Development, a part of the Salvation Army Evangeline Booth College in Atlanta, Georgia. We're so glad that you're joining us for these few minutes as we continue with part 2 of the series, The 3 S's Necessary to Lead in Crisis. Last week, we began by listening in on a conversation held between a friend of mine and a retired attorney aboard the ship Serenity. Interested in what retirement looked like to this gentleman, she asked how he managed life in retirement. As the conversation was held, 3 S's emerged from that conversation. The 3 S's are security, structure, and stimulation. These are all important concepts to embrace during any time of change and transition. Last week we discussed security. If you haven't had a chance to listen to that 10-minute session on security, please go to the Jack McDowell School for Leadership Facebook page and you will find it there. This week we move from security to the second S, structure. As I think about structure, I think about great architecture. Knowing what a building or edifice is for, observing whether it's ornate or plain or simply functional, can tell you a great deal about what the purpose of that structure is meant to offer, how you should enter the structure, and what the structure might contain as you enter it. As we continue to hear from Charles, the retired attorney, through my friend, he spoke about how he ordered his days. Time becomes the great edifice, and how we structure our time is indicative of what we see as our purpose, what we might be able to offer, and what might be contained within the amount of time structured for each day. Time and space gave place to various activities. For Charles, he touched base with those to whom he had been related through work. He also scheduled time for volunteering and for social engagements. Structure, as we think about how to navigate change and transition, might refer to what you do with time or space or activities, and most likely the combination of all 3. More importantly, we are looking for patterns that are stable and predictable. For instance, you may have normally begun your day with coffee and breakfast with a colleague or a team of people. Now the restaurant is only takeout. You may have normally begun your day at the gymnasium for a workout and conversation, and now the gym is closed. You may have begun your day with family and a little more of a leisurely pace, but now you're required to start your day very early and stay very late in order to assist people in desperate situations. Even going to the grocery store is a completely different looking routine today. You must wear a mask. You must follow the arrows. You must stay 6 feet apart from the persons both in front of you and behind you. And to make matters worse, you may not find the items that you're looking for that you need anyway. Those things that used to be plentiful are sometimes scarce. With restrictions on travel and contact, with greatly reduced access to resources, with the closure of civic and religious venues, and with a complete change in dialogue, previous structures as we knew them must be amended for today's world. These previous structures that were healthy and almost automatic are gone. What do we do now? Well, in this new culture created by COVID-19, creating structure may require the same kind of reorganization that retirement does. Look at the commodity of time, the days and weeks you have. How do you want to approach them with a time schedule? What would you make a purposeful investment of your time? What activities would bring pleasure? What do you want to accomplish? Several people I keep in contact with stated that at the beginning of sheltering in place, they felt very excited about getting their houses in order. There were many cleaning projects and reorganizing projects that they wanted to do. More than one has subsequently confessed that instead of getting my house in order, I stay on the couch and watch TV. Structure might include further contact with those who do life with you to hold you accountable to your stated goals. Preparing a to-do list in the middle of what seems like an ocean of time might be important for you so that time is not frittered away. Structuring our time, our space, and our activities during these days of change and transition will give you a sense of order, direction, and peace, even as the world we have previously known shifts considerably. These may seem like basic ideas, but in the midst of change and transition, these very basic ideas often get lost in the emotion and the mental energy it takes simply to try to navigate these days. The psalmist in his wisdom asked of God, "Teach me to number my days that I may apply my heart to wisdom." May you find yourself asking God the very same thing, applying yourself to maximize your time, your space, your activities in God-honoring and meaningful ways. Thank you for joining us for part 2 of this series, Leading in Crisis. We look forward to your joining us again next Monday for part 3 and the final part of this series. God bless you this week, and may you find great order and peace in your life as you structure your time. God bless you.